Hey guys, I'm back with a Chase of Prey. This is book 11 in A Shade of Vampire by Forrest, and a lot happens in this book, and it's so good. So we have Rose who's trying to get over Caleb, and Caleb who's trying to get over Rose. Caleb is going back to his former lover, a witch who put a spell on him to where if he leaves the island that he lives in, he has to return within 7 days, or otherwise things are bad for him. So there's that. He ends up trying to help her become a more powerful witch, and he goes to her superiors and is like, you know what, we can't use her in her current situation, so I know she already tried the thing and tried to be more powerful and it didn't work, but she didn't have me there with her, so let's have her try the thing again, but with me present, and then she'll be more powerful and more useful to us. And yeah, that's when things take a left turn, because the ritual gets interrupted and she somehow turns back to being human again. Not that he realizes this at all at any point in the near future, because during said ritual, the interruption is our girl here, Rose. After she gets her heart broken by Caleb over here, she decides, you know what, enough's enough, I need to move on, and falls for who she believes to be a werewolf from Mona and Keeve's group that came with them. She gets close to him, and things are not always what they seem, because this werewolf wasn't, by the time Rose got around him, he wasn't the werewolf at all. He was a warlock that Mona broke the heart of. And Rose, we find out so much about Rose and Ben, because apparently their red liquid is so special because, of course, they're human, but since Derek was a ex-vampire at the time of their creation, they have vampire DNA in them, and since at one point or another Sophia was an immune, they have witch DNA in them because of the immune spell. And on top of that, when Derek was human, he had some of Cora's powers, so double the witch DNA in Ben and Rose at the time of their creation. So yeah, that makes their red liquid very, very important to especially witches, because that substance is literally required in just about every spell. So yeah, that's why the Black Witches want them, and the Sanctuary Witches just want them away from the Black Witches. So there's that. They also, because Rose gets passed around so many times in this book, like, and half the time I know it is Caleb trying to get her back, but like, you're taking her too, so technically that's taking and not helping, if that makes any sense. There's also a couple of human groups that want her for other services than her red liquid. So that's gets interesting, because this group wants her for a certain set of skills, and that group wants her because this group does, and they're in competition. So that gets very interesting, and she gets passed around quite a bit in this book. And you know what? Growing up with vampires as guardians, you would think she wouldn't get as passed around as she does in this book. I mean, come on now. You have to have some kind of self-defense. Something. You know? But I digress. On their journey, Caleb and Rose's journey back to the Shade, they pick up a different ally. And this ally is the actual werewolf that Rose thought she was getting close to in order to get over Caleb. So that gets interesting, and because she's like, to me, I look at him, and we have a history. But to him, he looks at me, and I'm a complete stranger. So this is weird. We're in the awkward phase of this acquaintanceship. It's awkward. And it takes so many days to try to get back to the Shade. And in this book, we haven't even made it there yet. Yeah, have not even made it there yet. And it is well past the 7-day mark. But since Honora, the one who cast the spell over the island, and Caleb is human now, the spell no longer exists. So yay, he's free. But does he want to actually live in the Shade with her and her family? Will her family actually accept him to live with them on the island? These are questions that are going to have to wait for book 12, because they weren't answered in this one. So I suggest you pick up this book, read it, Let me know what you think in the comments, and if there are any other books you want me to review, leave those in the comments as well. And for now, it is off to book 12 for this girl. Have a great day, friends.